Hello everybody. This is Sheila with Simply Simple Creations by Sheila, and today we are going to make an ornament to match our other ornament. They're a little bit different, and I'm going to show you some different ways to do this, or talk about some different ways. So I've got a coffee-stained coffee filter. So go get you some coffee filters, stain them in some coffee, let them dry overnight, wring them out real good and let them dry overnight, and you'll have you a whole bunch of like rustic looking paper or vintage looking paper. Vintage, that's the word. So now I'm just going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to put this on here. I didn't speed this up a lot. I can't talk this morning, but I did speed it up a little bit. So I just Mod Podge that on there, and then I took my Teflon sheet. You can use parchment paper as well. Put that over it, and then we ironed it down. Now, if you wanted the music notes, if you wanted it to match exactly, but you didn't have a hymnal, or you wanted to make the one that looks like the hymnal like we did, all you would have to do is take a stamp. If you could find a stamp that had writing on it, or a stamp that had music notes on it or something, and just use a stamp as your background and stamp over it. So we've got that down. It almost matches, look perfectly, that whole entire block. And I was going to, well, I did. I put my string back in there. I end up taking it back out to finish the project, y'all. I don't know. It was just a real life crafting moment. And I'm kind of tired today. Had a busy week, or a busy weekend. So anyway, I tie the string on, and then I put the transfer on. So this is what I was looking at if you wanted the stamp look, the music note look. You just put a stamp on it. And then now I'm going to put a matte finish on. And that way it just gives the transfer something slick to stick to. These transfers do really well on a slick surface. Now they will work on a rustic, like a woodsy surface or something that's not got a sealer on it, but sometimes you'll have to work a little bit harder. And this way you don't have to work quite so hard. So try that matte sealer. It doesn't take but a minute. And mine's from Plaster Paint, and I do have an affiliate. If you're interested, it's in my link tree. If not, no big deal. So this is where I take my string back off because it was in the way of my transfer. I could have kept it on there. It wouldn't have been a big deal, but I didn't want to take the chance of cracking my transfer or anything like that, or missing some of it. So put it down. There was a little piece that was over the edge. I just put it down because I'm going to take some black wax here in a few minutes, or not black wax, antique wax, and go around it. But we had a little piece that we missed, and I just laid it back down there and lined it up and put it on there. Then you're going to burnish it, which means you're going to just rub your fingers across it, make sure the whole thing's down. Now here's where we're going to take that wax, and it's the Waverly Antique Wax, and we're going to wax around the whole entire thing. If some of it gets on the napkin, or not the napkin, but if some of it gets on the coffee filter, it's okay. At the end, which I did not put this in the video, I did go over it with a dry cloth and just rubbed that wax in, that antique wax in, kind of like a stain. And so it lightened up some. And then I also did the back side off camera. Now I'm just going to put that bead threader back through and put my string back through, and we're going to call this one good. It's going to be tied up. You're going to see at the very end, we're going to have it on one of these little tiny trees. It's way too big for this tree, but it's what I have up right now to display. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for all my fumbling around, but this is the end result. And I did take up some of that wax around the edges. You guys have a great day. I love you all. Bye, everybody.